Yo, what up? Episode number 9. Let's go.
Everywhere, always.
Welcome back. Anybody watching, listening, much love. Hope you're doing well. Hope this finds you well. I don't know if you're a soccer fan listening, but yep, one of the biggest events going on in the world right now is the World Cup. Whether you've been watching, whether you've been listening, whether you don't even give a damn about it, it's real, okay? And in the final, this coming Sunday, is going to be Argentina versus Spain, okay? Now, whether you're a fan of either of those countries, from either of those countries, best of luck to the best, person in the sport, okay? I don't particularly like, and I'm not saying that like with negative feelings towards it. I'm just saying I don't watch Argentina or Spain play. I would like to visit those places, in real life one day, but I don't watch them, and I don't have any reason to watch them. And I never even watched Messi play before, really. But to see him play, to see all these other great players play, because, they take the best of the best and put them on the national team, and that's who plays in the World Cup, if you don't know. It is a tremendous feat for these players to go through. It is excruciating, it is strenuous, and for them to come out and play their best for their country, for their nationality, to play for it all, going for the gold, man, literally, it's an incredible thing, to say the least, just to witness. And I'm sure if you're a real diehard fan and you went and bought these damn tickets that cost, I don't even know, like a crazy amount of money to go watch this event at all these different places. They're hosting in Canada, Mexico, and here in the United States. And it's just insane to see some of this. Like, in the final matches, it's ranging anywhere from $1,200 to $7,000 a ticket. I've never been anywhere where I've even paid remotely that close. Okay, I talked about it in one of the last episodes about Ye came through San Antonio, and I missed out on that. I did want to go, but I was just like, I don't know, man. Like, for some decent seats, I think it was like $300. I couldn't justify that. I just couldn't. Do I regret it? A little bit, but not so much that I'm like, I really wanted to spend that three something. Like, no, I'm good. Same as like for the World Cup. I'm sure it is like incredible to be there and to see all that in its glory and to be in that type of crowd. You know what I mean? Like when they go to the Dallas Stadium and they're playing in that stadium, it's like 80,000 people. And my pops has been to one of those events in that stadium, and he says it's like unlike anything else. Like, it's fucking insane. Here at home base where I'm at in Austin, Texas, I think it's like 20,000 in the Q2 stadium for our soccer team. So imagine 4 times that. These people fucking ripping and roaring, screaming at the top of their lungs. Like, even how like my father presented it to me. He's like, the one time he went to a game at that stadium, it was just buzzing from like blocks away. Him just walking to the stadium, he could just like feel it. It wasn't enough to just hear it. Like, he could feel it. It was like going to a damn hornet's nest. So, and then shit, for your team to lose and you pay upwards of $7,000 for a fucking ticket, man. God bless you. God bless you. But yeah, in the final, it's going to be Argentina, Spain. That's this Sunday. What day is that? The 19th. And then it's over. And honestly, I'm sad it's going to be over because I enjoy watching soccer, whether it's the World Cup or MLS or the other leagues. But like I don't know. I don't know what else I'm gonna watch. I don't know what else to watch. I'm trying to find like different shows to watch, but I kid you not, I keep going back to Breaking Bad. Like it keeps popping up on this AMC channel that I got on this app on my television, and every time it pops up, it never fails. I will go back and watch Breaking Bad. It is one of the best, well written shows I've ever seen. Some of the best cinematography I've ever seen, like the acting in it, the storyline, everything, man. It blows me away every time I see it. I pick up on something new, and it blows me away. And I can't help but to watch a few episodes when it comes on, and I'm like, okay, I'll do some, get back to whatever else. But I mean, shit. Right now, I'm trying to watch the new Cape Fear. Okay, they redid Cape Fear. Apparently, it was, I think Robert De Niro was in the first movie, and then that might have even been an adaptation from something before that. I don't know. I could have sworn it was like based on a book or some shit. But this new Cape Fear show has great actors in it. The cinematography in it is great. However, I don't know what it is exactly. I think it might just be the writing of the show, but the shit is boring, yo. And I can't seem to like really get into it and really say that I love it. And I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh, but I've like watched it and I'm like, damn, that's dumb. Man, I don't like that. Man, I can't stand it. Like, I don't know what it is. I think it's the writing of it. But I don't like it, and I've yet to like really get into it. I'm only into it because I've like watched. I think we're on like episode 7 or something like that, 6 or 7. So I've already watched enough episodes to where it's like I gotta make it to the season finale. I gotta see what's gonna happen. But knowing these types of shows, especially like for Apple, they're gonna leave you with a cliffhanger and then they're gonna bring it back for another episode, another season. So I'm probably going to be in for the long haul, but I don't know. I just I don't love it. I don't love it. It's boring, but I can't not watch it because I've already invested so much time in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, has that ever happened to where you invest so much time into watching a series, you have to see it to the end, regardless of how shitty it is? Because that's where I'm at right now with Cape Fear. Okay. And it trips me up because the actors that are in it are fucking incredible. Okay, I can't remember his name. I think his name is Javier something, but he was the main character in No Country for Old Men, which is like one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. But he's great. He's a great actor. But I just don't know what it is. It has to be the writing because I can't stand it. And then there's another lady in there who's a main character. I don't remember her name, and I don't remember what I've seen her in. But like normally, she's a great actress too, and I just can't stand it, man. I can't stand it. Let me see. Javier Bardem. Okay, he's the main guy. He plays the main character Max Candy, who it's like all wrapped around. And then Amy Adams. She's normally a great actress. Normally great. She was in what the hell was she in? Oh, she was in Catch Me If You Can. That's a great movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks. That's a great movie. Oh, she was in The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale. Talladega Nights. Yeah, I remember that shit. Okay. She was in Batman vs. Superman. Yeah, she was in a bunch of movies. Like, yeah, so she's good. She's good. But I don't know. The shit that they gave her in this series is just, it's not it. It's not good. Patrick Wilson's in it. He's most known, I think, from the Conjuring series. He was in Aquaman, Watchmen, but most of all, The Conjuring. Oh, and Insidious, actually. So he was good in those movies. But yeah, I don't like him that much in this show. I don't know what it is. And there's a few other people in it. Ron Perlman just showed up. Who else? I guess that's really it. Ted Levine, which I think he was like in the Fast and the Furious or some shit. He was in Shutter Island. He was in Heat, American Gangster. Like, he's good too, but like he plays like a minor role. He plays the Amy Adams' dad. But I don't know. It's got to be the writing. It's got to be the writing. And then a new one I just got into, again, another Apple show, is Widow's Bay. And that show is pretty good. It's interesting. It's a little different. It's almost like a comedy and like mystery and not exactly horror, because ain't nobody getting like murdered in it, but it is based on like murderous events and like hauntings and shit like that. It's actually pretty cool. That dude, I don't know how to say his last name. Matthew Reese, maybe. Stephen Root's in it. Kevin Carroll, he was in The Wire. I remember that. That's really it. But it's just basically based on like an island that's like cursed by some like old folklore type shit. But it's cool. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in and I'm hooked. So it's really dope. And I'm watching Silo. New episode of Silo just came on. That's a great one. All these are on Apple TV, ironically. But other than that, I ain't watching nothing, man. The main things that I consume, I've realized, is comedy. It's comedy. Whether I'm going to a comedy show down here in Austin at the Comedy Mothership, which is Joe Rogan's club, if I'm not catching a show there, I'm watching comedy specials on Netflix, on Hulu, on YouTube, wherever. Ali Sadiq just released something on YouTube, another special called My Father, and it's great. You know, it's amazing. And I don't know. From what I understand, comedy and tragedy and all that is like closely related. And I don't know, comedy is just like one of the greatest, like, how can I say it? Like, it's one of the best. Comedy is like one of the best ways to interpret what's going on in life and in the world, and to make it palatable. Because when you hear all the stuff that's going on in the world, in the news, politics, health stuff, there's like a new parasite going on. When you hear all this stuff and it's just hitting you with like facts and, you know, kind of just like the bland nature of it, it's a lot to take in. And it's a lot to just absorb into your life and how you make sense of it and how you're supposed to go on living your life. Like when the pandemic hit, you know, there's just a lot of shit coming out every day of like this many people's dying, and it's no longer attacking old people, it's attacking babies or ethnic groups and all this other shit. It's just like, it's too much, right? It's too much to like really take in as a whole and make it make sense with how you're living your life. But like when you hear something in a comedy and they're just making fun of it, it's so much more palatable. Like, it makes more sense. And then if you can like really laugh at it, then it's almost like you being able to compartmentalize like, oh, that is very important and it does correlate with a lot of things in my life and how I live my life. Or it's like, that ain't got shit to do with me, and I can laugh super hard at that shit, because while it sucks that it's happening, it might be unfortunate, or it might just be some dumb shit, I don't need to pay attention to it. You know, I can laugh about it because this comedian is presenting it to me in a certain way to where I can laugh it off and then enjoy the rest of my night. And then I don't even really have to think about it anymore. I don't have to use any more brain power to try and solve like what's going on about it or why it's happening, you know? So I don't know, but comedy is like one of the main things that I'm consuming. And there is a lot of comedy in the stuff that I mentioned, as far as TV shows. Haven't really been watching any movies. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's not a lot of good writing lately, and maybe I'm just being too harsh, or maybe I don't know good writing, but who knows? Who knows, man? But speaking of this damn parasite, I don't know. what's going on with this parasite. There's damn parasite outbreak. Cyclospora surging across the U.S., investigating thousands of cases, with the hardest hit states being Michigan and Ohio, gave 3,000 cases combined. And it has to do with contaminated produce such as lettuce and salad greens. So if you like salad and lettuce, you might want to skip all that shit for now. Which is crazy. It's a foodborne intestinal parasite that causes symptoms like diarrhea, cramping, nausea, bloating, and is contracted by eating contaminated fresh fruits or vegetables. I mean, we got to eat fresh fruits and vegetables, so that really sucks. It kind of goes back to what I was saying about why is everything like meant to kill us nowadays? You know, like I don't ever remember my parents, and of course, why would they? But like, I don't ever remember my parents or other older adults that were taking care of me when I was younger saying anything about like there's plastic in the food or there's shit covered produce that we can't eat. It's giving us diarrhea. Like, where's all this shit coming from, bro? Like, and the thing that trips me out is like I had this conversation with a few people and I'm like, what good does that do? You know what I mean? Like, what good does that do for the people that like control most of the wealth in this country or in this world rather? Because you have to make money somehow, right? Off of somebody. Because how I thought about it the other day was like, how can you make money without any human contact whatsoever? Like, if there's no humans in the world and you're like the only person in this world, how are you going to make any money? And if you have an answer to that, please let me know. But how are you going to make any money with nobody around, no systems going, no work being done, no goods and services being exchanged? How are you going to make money if everybody's sick and dying or dead? I don't get it. I do understand the whole, like, when they talk about big pharma, you know what I mean? Big P. Oh, that's backwards. Big P. Like, they make more money when more people are sick. I get that. But if everyone's dying because, you know, it don't sound good if you're going to have diarrhea and nausea and all this other shit, and especially at like a high level, that can't be too good for your long-term health. So who's really profiting off of all this shit? You know, like when COVID came out and there was a lot of, I don't know if skepticism is the word, but like of, is this a real thing or was it man-made? Did they distribute this themselves? And like, are they trying to get rid of the population and blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's seeming like it, because like, who's putting plastic in our food? Who's putting metals in our food? Who's putting shit on the produce? Like, can we just eat and just get on with our lives? You know, can we just not have to worry about plastic in the damn food? Can we just, you know, Netflix and chill, and like actually Netflix and chill, like chill. You know, I don't want to do all this extra shit, man. Like, I think I eat pretty decently. You know what I mean? Like, I try not to buy garbage. I try to eat as fresh as I can and cook all my meals and not go out too much because I want to know what's in my damn food. But it's like, you can really only do too much. Like even people close to me, like in the last week or so, said that they weren't feeling too good. So it has me thinking like, oh shit, it got them. So then it got them. So then it could get me. And it's like, you know, you never want to think it couldn't happen to me because it could happen to you. But it's like, fuck, man. I don't want to live in this paranoid state of like, damn, what next? Oh, what's going to get me next? There's too much shit going on, man. I'm trying to watch the UFC fight. Speaking of which, Conor McGregor just came back. Yeah, he sure did. And it was pretty crazy, too, because so it had been like 5 years since Conor McGregor's fight. We're talking about the UFC, all right? It had been 5 years since his last fight against Dustin Poirier. And I saw that fight. I was with my brother, and we were watching this shit at like a sports bar. And man, he like, I don't remember what round it was, but he stepped back and straight, like almost stepped on his own leg. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's what it looked like. Dude snapped his fucking leg, man. And it looked like a career-ending injury. And it should have been, honestly, especially after seeing this last fight this past Saturday, man. Like, he went just over a minute, and there was so much build-up, press, all kinds of stuff around this coming fight. And then he was only in the ring for a little over a minute. And he came out like guns a-blazing. He tried to do some like jumping, fucking spinning kick, and then he tried to do another kick, and like he kept falling. And apparently he like blew out his ACL or something. So now he went from like breaking his left leg to injuring his right knee. And I mean, you got to understand that is probably it, you know? And guy made a career off of fighting and being like he's known as the Notorious, right? Notorious MMA fighter. He's always talking shit. He's always being like really crude and disrespectful, but that's his MO. You know, that's his thing. And you either love him or you hate him. I think he's a great fighter. I wouldn't say that I hate him or love him. I'm kind of indifferent. I just want to watch, people who are good at what they do what they do. You know, that's why people watch basketball, football, whatever. But it was really sad to see this guy just come out like I said, guns a-blazing, man. It looked like he just put way too much energy into trying to land something immediately and get like this big boom or like big reaction of like, I'm back. And he threw this kick. And you could just tell, nah, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. He shouldn't have done that. And he paid for it, man. And it's sad to see when people like blow their opportunity, not just like if they're trying something, but like if they made a career off something, they're well known, well respected in their sport or their industry, and they're gone because of an injury, and they come back and you think, damn, they're about to make the biggest comeback. And I think they were in Vegas and like the whole place was sold out. It was filled with people and everyone's on their feet watching his comeback. And then he blows his chances by blowing out his fucking knee. Everyone was gone immediately. Like I heard Joe Rogan, he was commenting on the fight because he's there ringside. And he was like, people were already leaving. And I was like, I'm sure they are. I mean, I can't imagine how much those tickets were. But then I was watching replays of this video, and you could see as soon as he like fell for the third time and he got up and he winced like, like the referee was like, and immediately you saw people single file line out the fucking door. They knew it was over. They knew whatever money they bet, whatever money they spent, it was gone. And who knows? That might be the end of Conor McGregor as an MMA fighter. But, all well wishes and good luck to him on whatever he chooses to do next. That shit was just insane, yo. But, that comes with aging, Can't do all the things that you used to do. How old is he, matter of fact? Oh, he's only 38? Damn, I thought he was in his 40s already. Well, I mean, shit. So then that means he's like, what, 30? He's 30. He was like 33 when it happened. Now he's 38. So, I don't know. If he needs another 5 years to come back, he will be well into his 40s. So, if you're willing to try that, best of luck, man. Might just be time to do something else. And speaking of aging, next week be the birthday episode. Yeah, I'll be turning 33. So, whether I decide to get into a UFC ring and break my damn leg, God forbid, or do something else, who knows? Because in 5 years after that, I'll be wherever Conor is now. You know what I mean? And I mean, shit. It's just another year, man. I don't really look at birthdays too significantly anymore. Because I mean, the most exciting thing, it went from like when I was a kid, it was exciting to get a present, right, and to have a cake. Then as I got older, it's like, okay, I'm starting to get to where I can legally drink now. So now I just want to go out and drink. Cake, maybe. Present, buy me a drink. And then the older and older I start getting, it's just about getting together with the family and going out to eat. But I've even explained this of like, man, going out to eat, especially with like 20 fucking people, it's a task. All right, you gotta book the table, and then most of the time it takes forever for everybody to get their drinks, their food, appetizers, everything. So you're there for like at least 2-3 hours. And then this fucking gratuity thing, man, is like a pain in the ass like no other. I can't stress it enough. This gratuity shit has got to stop. You know, it almost makes me want to be like, this is the birthday party, okay? It's 20 of us or whatever, but we're sitting at individual tables. They usually do like groups of 5, or if the bill is over this amount, it's like, all right, well, we're going to split it up from the get-go. Okay, so from the jump, the birthday party is split into this many groups. We're all going to sit together, but we're all getting our own shit. All right. And then we're going to be within earshot of each other because fuck your gratuity. Okay. And we each table needs a waiter. Okay. So say there's 4 tables of 5. We all need our own waiter. We all getting our own bill. For one, I think that'd be a lot faster as far as like service. Maybe that would be like the loophole to cut out this gratuity bullshit. And then, yeah, it just might be better. And then like cut down on noise pollution, because like that's another thing too, is like being the center of attention when it's your birthday. You like talking to this person, then this person talk to you, and then that person talk to you, and you're like, ah. And then for a minute, you kind of just want to like sit there and just like be like, yeah, it is my birthday, another year. I'm with all my loved ones. This is cool. And then the next thing you know, somebody's yelling at you, blah, 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 blah. It's like, ah, shit. It's almost like a little overwhelming to even be enjoyable. But yeah, so now I'm at the point of like, okay, well, I really don't even want to go out to a restaurant to eat. Especially after having people over for the 4th of July party I just threw, it was cool. And it wasn't like, ain't nobody paying no gratuity, I just had to clean up. So I don't know, might do something like that, might not, I'm not really sure. But to me, I don't look at it as like significantly of like being excited. And not to be like pessimistic or anything, but I just kind of want to just get through it, like, yeah, it'll be my birthday, and yeah, I'll be happy to be another year older, progressing in age and wisdom and intellect. That's great. I'm still here with my loved ones, but at the same time, it's like I just want to get through the day, and I don't want to be stressed out. I want to just relax. I don't want to have to worry about too much. And if anything, just kind of like plan and figure out some things of what I'm gonna do better or differently in the coming year, rather than just, I don't know, like instead of always thinking like a 21-year-old of like, it's my birthday, time to get fucked up, and like that's it. It's almost, now that I'm getting older, I want to be able to like strategize and think about what I've been doing in the years. I passed 30, so it's like, what am I going to do for the next 5 to 10 years? What's the goal? What's the plan? How can I strategize on like, making more money or making more like lucrative, creative plans, that I can really benefit from and really gain some longevity instead of just this like freelance type thing, I already have an LLC for another business. I've been meaning to get that off the ground. I got some things in place, but it's just like trying to be more decisive and more concrete with these ideas rather than just having them on paper and just looking at them like, oh yeah, I plan to do that. It's like, no, like let's put some things into action. Let's get it going. So, yeah, I'm gonna have a drink, and I would love to have some cake. My lady said she gonna bake me a cake or something like that. And of course I'm gonna eat some good food, but I'm not putting like so much pressure on like it's my birthday and I want to do this and that. And I want to get fucked up, and I want to make good decisions, and I want to like start on the good foot for the next coming year. Because it's the big 33 and it's all about me. I don't know. That's all I could think of for a rhyme. But that makes me think about it, because yeah, 33 it's getting up there in age. I mean, shit, the way that the world's going and the parasite and the food and shit like that, I might be halfway through this lifetime. I might just be halfway through already. And I've been watching podcasts regularly, of course, and just getting some insight on like, and I've known this to be true, but even in this discussion that I was listening to, it was like the guy was saying, as humans, we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught something. Repetition is the father of learning. Shout out to Lil Wayne, he said that. But that is really the case, and everyone finds their path at different times. And with having so much at our fingertips that we can compare our lives to other people, we might always feel that we're either not on the right path or our path is like slowed down by debris or more distractions, or we're not as fortunate and blah, blah, blah. You can make a laundry list of like, what's the problem? But I think the main problem is getting stuck within your comparison. Even in like this discussion, the guy was saying, Alex Hermosi, that's who it was actually. He was saying that he doesn't believe that comparison is the thief of joy. It's like the attachment to the comparison. Like if I'm like, for instance, right, if I'm starting this podcast, and I just recently, like literally, I just recently like got my footing in it and started going at a consistent rate. And say I start feeling down and start doubting myself, and I'm comparing myself to like Joe Rogan or Theo Vaughn or any of the other, Jay Shetty, any of the other like big podcasts out there. And I'm comparing myself to them of like, why don't I have their views? Why don't I have the community that they have established for themselves? And that comparison, that attachment to that comparison is like the real killer, the real thief killer, because then it's like, well, they started many years before you. They have different connections. They talk to different people. They're in different situations. It's all circumstantial. So like having a direct comparison to somebody that your lane and your story don't even match up with, that's where you're robbing yourself of the joy. Because I do enjoy doing this. I do understand that for the most part, I'm talking to myself, but I've made peace with that and understanding that I have to start somewhere, and I don't know where this is going to lead. I don't know where it's going to end, and I don't know what's going to come of it should I reach some type of milestone. I don't know, like a viewership count or a follower count or going viral or something like that. I don't know. And you don't know unless you try, and you don't know what you don't know. So, the indecisiveness is a choice as much as being afraid and choosing not to do something. That's the ultimate choice, is just choosing to do nothing and always wondering like, if I'd have started that podcast, I wonder what would have happened. I wonder how far I would have got. I wonder who would have listened or who would have shared it, who would have gained some knowledge or insight from it, who would have, wanted to even have a conversation with me on said podcast or anything like that. You never know. And you don't know what you don't know. So the experience is out there, and your timing is going to be different from other people, even if they are in your like exact industry or in the exact path that you're trying to go on to. The timing is just different, and everything happens differently for everybody. So that's just been something that's on my mind. Maybe somebody else who's listening has had that same thought. And I know that like podcasts, even like this is something else I thought of, is I know podcasts are like a consistent thing, right? And so far, I don't know, since like almost 2 months now, I've been putting out an episode every week, and even that for me is a pat on the back. It is like, good job, good consistency. But even I was thinking like, like shows that I watch, series that I watch, they are produced and distributed in like seasons, and even sports have seasons. The year has seasons. So everything's kind of like broken up and given to you in a allotted amount of time, and it's all for a different reason, different season. So I've even thought like, maybe once I hit a certain episode count, maybe I'll chop it up into seasons. Maybe I'll go away for a month, collect my thoughts, get a little bit more life experience. Maybe I'm going to try something new and bring those experiences back to whoever might be viewing or listening. I don't know, just a thought. But just know, if you don't hear any more or see any more of this podcast for a little bit, it means that's the direction I decided to go. But you never know. You never know, and you don't know what you don't know. That's the point that I'm making. And I'm willing to try something new. Yeah, because especially like being like one of the main things I'm on when it comes to social media, like I guess basically what I'm saying, anything about social media, I'm basically talking about Instagram. I'm not on Twitter or X. I'm not on Facebook unless I'm on Marketplace trying to lowball somebody. I'm on YouTube and Instagram. That's it. I'm not on anything else. I hop on Google to look at stuff, but that's not social media, So when you're always looking at social media, you're always looking at Instagram. That's like the main thing, especially when it comes to somebody who's creating content. And I have yet to decide whether I need to be a content creator as well as an artist. Because being a creator, I am creating this content, but like I also would have to like chop it up and try and go viral and get all these other people to see it and boost my shit so people who are not only following me, but as well as my followers will see it and shit. So like a lot of like money and strategy goes into it. And I admit, I'm not too good to do any of that. It's just I haven't wrapped my head around all of that because it does feel like a whole like game to it. Like you have to do a lot more than just sit here and talk to a camera, Be it that you want to expand your brand, your name, the podcast, whatever. So I get that. But it's also because of like this algorithm that Instagram has. Like I've seen so many like hacks to get your video seen more aside from just paying for it, paying for the reach. And it's like now you're having to allot more time to be on this fucking app that is already addicting enough. But now you got to spend more time being addicted to it and following this and liking this and interacting with this and sharing this so that the video that you're making, so that you stay away from that, gets seen. So it's like a whole fucking vicious cycle, And I mean, honestly, Instagram is cool. I just don't like my relationship with it. And I think just being that I'm trying to get the word out, I'm trying to get this podcast out, this program out, to have it mean something more than just me talking to myself, I have to play the game. To a certain extent, I have to play the game. I got to show up. I got to be consistent. I got to give you this, and that. It's just a mind fuck, really. And I guess I'm just complaining, you know, because it's either you do or you don't. And like they were saying, Breaking Bad, one of the cooler episodes on that series. No half measures. Okay, you either do or you don't do, and that's just how it goes, man. That's life. You know, it's one thing to know a lot about enough versus knowing enough about a lot. And I don't know what that means, but I wrote it down and I wanted to make sure to say it. So maybe it'll resonate with you, okay? Knowing a lot about enough versus knowing enough about a lot. That was catchy, wasn't it? I don't know what it means, but maybe you can figure that out. Oh yeah, something that is really funny, and like I wanted to look it up because I want to make sure I don't have a fucking problem. Oh, oh Jesus. Okay. Holy shit. Okay, so crazy thing, man. A little insight, all right? I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but it's just something funny that I got to fucking say. So, like, in the past few months, I've developed this strange cologne addiction. Okay? Now, I haven't always liked cologne. I like smelling good, but that comes from body wash, the detergent I used, you know, and I guess the deodorant I wear. But I never really was like a big cologne person. You know, my father has worn cologne like as me growing up. I remember him wearing cologne. I think he still wears cologne. My brothers, yeah, I think for the most part. But I'm talking about males more so, I guess, because you know females. They wear perfume all the time. They wear all these different type of scents and they got stuff in their hair. My lady smells great. Okay, whatever she's spraying, whatever she's doing, she smells great. So that's not really what I'm talking about. But like as a man, having like this cologne addiction, this like fucking this need to like smell extraordinary and to like stand out is like I don't know what the fuck is going on with me. But like it's funny too because I thought it was weird at first, but I just started seeing videos on Instagram of all fucking places, right? Whoop-de-doo, about fragrances. And there's like a whole niche like community of fragrance influencers. And I just started following a few of them, and I would see so many of these videos in my algorithm just talking about these different fragrances and what they're good for, where to apply it, the best one for each season, all kinds of shit. To the point of me being so intrigued that I'm like, let me figure something out for myself. Because I had like 2 colognes that I never really wore that much. So then I started getting into it like heavy. But now I'm wondering, because like I got cologne on me right now. I'm wearing some YSL and some Ralph Lauren just because I love the damn smell of it. But I'm looking and I asked Google, why am I addicted to fragrances? It says your obsession is likely driven by neurology and psychology. Scent bypasses rational brain filters and connects directly to your amygdala and hippocampus, which control emotion and memory. The thrill of the hunt, the dopamine rush of clicking by and using scents to self-soothe or boost confidence heavily fuel this. Okay. The brain shortcut. Because of the olfactory bulb routes signals straight to your memory and emotion sensors, a single perfume can make you feel instantly powerful, nostalgic, or comforted. The dopamine hit. The anticipation of hunting down a rare bottle or waiting for a package provides a genuine shopper's high. Okay. Fragrance acts as an invisible armor, allowing you to curate how you want to present yourself or escape to a different mood every day. Oh, damn. That might be it. That might be it. That last one. Building a persona. That might be it. And that might even just go hand in hand with the whole like dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. You know? Because if I dress for the job that I have, I'd smell like physical labor all day. Who wants to smell like that? But shit, smelling like YSL is like, dude, makes me feel like I'm on my way to an elegant party and I'm about to close a lucrative deal. And I'm driving maybe a Mercedes or Porsche. I don't know. Damn, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, my lady definitely said there's something wrong with me, so I had to I had to look it up. I had to look that up. I don't know. Cologne's good though. Cologne's cool, and it's good to take pride in your appearance as well as how you smell and how you treat people. But who knows? Maybe I need to join a run club or fucking be more active in the gym and friendly or some shit. I don't know. And I only say that because I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I just need to do something different. But who knows? Maybe that could be the key to everything. Just try something different. You know, I'm trying my best to let go of old habits, to try new things, to learn and discover new hobbies, and not be so hunkered down into like being stubborn. Because I think the older that I'm getting, I'm finding it easier to be stubborn. So, yeah, let's not be stubborn. I encourage anybody listening or watching to try something new, to step out of your comfort zone and try to be everything that you could possibly be. Live up to your fullest potential. Because being stuck in a box that you've created for yourself is very, very stupid and probably not going to work out too well. So, I'll be back next week. It's been another episode of Everywhere Always, episode 9. I'll see y'all next time. Peace and love.